Hey guys, it's Drew here, and today I'm going to be making a more serious video. The topic, I'm going to be talking about how the world is today, and it's kind of a rant, it's kind of a therapy session, if you will. So first thing is, I will admit I say this all of the time, and I need to stop. But something that is so overused is the word goals. Now, I'm not complaining about people who say it or saying that they shouldn't say it, but it really is, it's not something that you should look forward to saying on someone's new Instagram picture just because their smile is maybe a little bigger than yours or their eyes are more blue than yours. It doesn't mean that you should wish you were them. You should love yourself for who you are and not be. And I know how hard it is to take that advice. I am working on it, I'll admit. I still comment saying goals, so yes, I may seem hypocritical, but I'm just saying, we live in a world where we wish we were somebody else or wish we were something else constantly, and instead of making that change, you just say you wish you were them, but you don't try to be them because you really shouldn't. When you sit down and think about it, you don't want to be the copy of somebody, you want to be your own person. Another thing that has caught my attention is self-harm and depression and eating disorders. It is all being used as almost like a trend or a phase in society these days, especially over social media. You can go on Instagram and search those hashtags, it's just ridiculous. The people honestly want to have an eating disorder and want to be diagnosed with depression. No. If you are posting pictures saying why being anorexic is okay and you are pro Anna and pro Mia and pro just pro hurting yourself, it's who do you think you are? You know nothing about it, and it is a serious disease, a serious mental illness that is becoming an epidemic. People look at depression as a way of, as just like a sad day. No, depression is a sad day every single day. Even if it's the best thing in the world happening, there's still going to be something sad about it. And there are so many times when I see people commenting like attention whore and all of that stuff on people who maybe their scars are showing in a photo when they weren't necessarily showing it, but it was just showing. And they're not an attention whore unless they're literally asking for attention, which if you are asking for attention, well then you need help, because that is why people have this misconception and this idea of depression and self-harm and eating disorders. And whether self-harm is cutting yourself or burning yourself or hitting yourself or anything, it is self-harm, and you should always get help for it. And there is never an okay time to hurt yourself, because there are always better things you can do to cope. And other people who I know, who I guess I wouldn't consider them my friends, who have faked stuff like that, and it's so ridiculous to think that you would want yourself to have one of those things. Like, I could name so many hashtags that are like accounts that are saying that hurting yourself is good if you're sad, or starving yourself is good if you're fat. And no, that's never okay. There are always healthier alternatives and ways you can stop yourself from doing that. No matter how sad you are, there's always somebody who cares, and I am one of those people. So if you ever need somebody to talk to, I will be here to talk. People don't understand what's going on in minds of those who suffer from serious mental illnesses. Wishing you could be harming yourself every single day every single minute of the day, even if you're at school, at work, at home, in the bathtub, cooking supper, anything, wishing you could be harming yourself or wishing you were dead, that is something you want to fantasize? No, posting pictures on social media and saying like, oh, I've had a bad night or something, of your scars or of your burns, that isn't really okay either. I mean, I understand if you want to post a picture when you are on the road to recovery, but don't trigger somebody and tell them it's okay to harm yourself if you're sad. I have nothing against people wanting somebody to talk to, so they use like the hashtag sad or something. I have nothing against it, because sometimes I'll look through there and I'll see if there's anybody I could help through something. But when you are obviously seeking that attention or posting something to catch somebody's eye, that is what gives the common misconception that everybody who harms themselves wants attention. That is not the case at all. In fact, probably over half of the people who do harm themselves do not tell anybody, and people find out for themselves or they don't find out. And especially with eating disorders, posting things such as like anorexia tips and anorexia meal plans, why in the heck would you do that? I don't understand what's okay about saying these horrible and triggering things just because it gets you more followers and it gets more people to be like you. If you actually have a mental illness, you know how hard it is living with one, and you don't wish it upon anyone else, not even your worst enemy. So, people make me so mad. I'm sorry this video is probably so choppy, but my editing is not on point yet because I do not have a good editing software, and I really need to work on timing. And this video is one of those videos where I have to stop the camera a lot because it just gets to be a lot to talk about when it's such like an important subject. I guess I just need like time to think because yeah, I don't really need to explain myself on that. But I want to get the point across that nothing is worth killing yourself over. No matter how hard times can be, there is always somebody who will listen to you and always somebody who can relate to you. And just please find a way to cope and find a way to not harm yourself, because it really isn't worth it. And there will be a day when you regret it and you look back and you say, why couldn't I have, done something as simple as coloring or anything? And there are so many people who have been diagnosed with depression and mental illnesses and will be struggling with them the rest of their lives, and it will be an everyday part of them. And I don't understand why people want that to happen to them. I would give anything to not have dealt with things I've dealt with, and I'm not getting involved in that because there will always be somebody who's gonna call me an intention whore or something, which I think is sad that people can't even express themselves anymore because they'll be called names even if they're showing that they are on the way to recovery and they are trying to be better. But then there are people who are not trying to be better and who don't want anything to do with anyone, and they're getting all the praise and all the attention, and I don't think that's okay either. No matter how hard the situation is, everybody deserves to get out of it, and everybody deserves to be happy. So I guess, you just have to make it as what it is, and you're going to have to stay strong, and you're going to have to keep your head up to get through life. But you will have your good days and you will have your bad days, and that is something I say so much because I cannot fantasize happiness, because it comes and goes, I guess. There's more ways I would put it, but I guess I'm not really gonna say that over YouTube because it's just gonna cause a lot of hate and not that much love. But I just wanted to say that you are worth it, and whether you are 250 pounds or 150 pounds or 95 pounds, you are beautiful and you don't need to change yourself. You are worth it, and I want you to stay strong, and I want you to try to be happy because nothing in the world is worth harming yourselves over. Sorry if this is a pretty short video. I've been recording for at least 20 minutes, but I have to cut out a lot because half of it is me just staring at the wall because I'm not really sure what to say. But I hope you have a beautiful day, and always remember to keep your head up. I'm here for you all. Like this video if you liked it, and yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye, guys!